Yeah, so my question is this, only this. I have not gone through totality, but this was coming to my mind. See, this three line, after doing an intentional karma to be experienced as pleasant by way of body,
Hmm.
speech or mind,
Hmm.
right? Then second line, after doing an intentional karma to be experienced as painful by way of body, speech and mind. Now, this is my confusion is in regard to this example. Tell me that I'm just sitting free, I'm getting bored, and I saw an ant. So just for fun, I just killed the ant, for example. So while killing the ant, my experience is pleasant. I enjoyed it, but ant experience is unpleasant. So which line will suit this case? First
Is
or
your
second?
intention.
Okay, now I'll read again it. Okay. After doing an intentional karma to be experienced as pleasant. So I am feeling pleasant while killing the ant. By way of body, speech, and mind, one feels pleasure. Okay, so this has nothing to do with karma, no. Yeah, it is as simple as that. If you want to enjoy, you are enjoying.
Correct.
What is the power of
See,
that?
basic definition in the words of Buddha is any sanchetana or chetana is intention is karma. Whether you call it as karma or no karma, there is a intention behind everything. So the intention is question from that person, that wanderer ascetic, is that isn't it that intention coming in the mind than in the body and in the speech?
No, no. Let's stay to this. Stick
No,
to
no,
this case.
I'm coming to that only. If you don't understand that, then you will have this confusion because it talks about all the three. After doing an intentional deed to be experienced as pleasant by way of body, speech, or mind, one feels pleasure. After doing an intentional deed by to be experienced as painful, one feels a pain. And neutral, he doesn't have any experience. So now the question comes, who is experiencing it? Is it experienced in the body, or is it experienced in the mind, or it is experienced in speech? First, we need to have that clarity. That is exactly the question what he has asked. Are we clear with his question, or are we only worried about Buddha's answer?
Yeah, his question is clear. But my question
No,
is,
no.
yes, no.
Have I really gone into the detail of his question? See,
So you mean to say, if I understand his question, this question that I am asking should not come?
shouldn't come because that is what he is saying. That Samiddhi, supposing the foolish person Samiddhi had answered the wanderer Potaliputta's question like this, because from the beginning, Pottaliputta asked about three feelings only. He has not asked about anything else.
Yeah, he is not asked about karma, you mean to say.
So what
And
Buddha,
why the whole sutta is about karma?
wait, so now let's understand other sect and Buddha. Okay, first we have to understand that. What does the other sect has? So that is called sectarian views, Titayatana Sutta. That we should
No,
understand it
no.
correctly. No, no, wait.
I may lose the context of my question.
No,
Because
your question.
because in this long discussion, something other will come. So
No,
can you
I will
come
not.
short and answer my question?
I will not. Don't worry. Give me some chance.
You know my question, right? Or should I repeat?
No.
For you, I will repeat.
Go ahead. Ariu is there. You can repeat.
So my question is this: assume that I get bored and I saw an ant. So for the sake of fun, I'm killing the ant. Okay, so while killing the ant, I am getting pleasureful senses. Agree? But ant is getting unpleasant senses. So this which line suits this question, this situation? After doing an intentional karma to be experienced as pleasant, so obviously killing ant is pleasant for me. By way of body, speech, and mind, yes, one feels pleasures.
Yeah, I had a similar question to yours, Sachin. I was thinking about enjoying sensual things and how that fit into this as well. Uh,
Yeah. So what
Okay,
about the feeling of end? That is my question. Okay, go
okay,
ahead. So what?
okay. Let me
What?
directly answer.
Vilas will answer later. Yeah.
Okay, no, no.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead. Should I go ahead?
no, I'm just saying this. I'm just yeah. Do whatever.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Do
You can
whatever.
pass the
Okay,
question.
okay. Do whatever. So let me do my whatever. Okay. Now, number one, if I directly answer the question, it has got nothing to do with karma. It is about experiencing pleasure, pain, neutral. That's it. So you wanted to play with that ant and you killed it and you felt very happy. Okay, done. And
So what is the spirituality of it? Even a layman, even a dumb fellow knows that if I want to enjoy killing end, I am enjoying. What?
yes, see what he says, after doing an intentional deed to be experienced as pleasant.
This knowledge even animal has.
That is okay. See, what is he saying? What is Buddha saying? You shouldn't explain so many things to a non-Arya person. You should understand
But
his position.
you shouldn't answer to the extent that even animal knows.
No, that you leave it in this particular sutta, Sachin. The question asked is whatever I am doing. So if we go back to his question, okay, he's asked samukha, that is in front, metam, I am, avuso samidhi, dear Samiddhi, samanassa gotamassa sutam samukha patighitham. See, this is what I have heard about Gotama saying. Mogham kaya kammam, mogham vachi kammam, mano kamma me eva sachanti. Deeds by way of, that is mogham kaya kammam. He's talking about kamma. So don't think that he's not talking about kamma. He's talking about kamma. The question is on kamma, but the answer is something different because he doesn't understand. So he's saying mogham kaya kammam mogham vachi kammam. That is mogha means irrelevant. There is no relevance of kayaka kamma. There is no relevance of vachi kamma. Mano kamma eva sachan iti. That means only the relevant thing here is, if you were to talk as karma, is on the mind. Got it? This is his what he says. I have heard it in the presence of Buddha. He says, Samukha metam avuso samiddhi samanassa gotamassa sutam samukha patigha hitam. This is what he says. That don't worry about kaika kamma and vachi kamma. You only worry about chetasika kamma or mano kamma or whatever you want to
But
call.
but Buddha also said that he's lying. No? That Buddha said that I have never
No, no,
known
no.
him.
Leave that. No, no. Don't jump into the
Okay.
lower thing now. So first we have to understand.
No, no. I'm side by. I'm asking.
I got it. So now ant killing an ant for pleasure or for whatever it is. Is it kaika kamma or chetasika kamma or vachi kamma? First you have to decide on that. You got it?
Kaika karma.
Kaika karma. So if you believe in kaika karma, then you will not have a pleasurable feeling. If you believe that only chetasika karma is there, the chetasika has the pleasure and pain. Kaika doesn't have a pleasure and pain, neither the vachi has pleasure and pain. But what is experienced is in the mind, which is pleasure and pain. So, what Buddha is trying to do here is that if you explain him like this, so what is next line? Don't say that. So he justifies that Buddha wouldn't have told like this. Okay. But Reverend, there is such an attainment where the one who enters it does not feel anything at all. Mogam, Kaika, Mogam, Vachika, Mano, and after that, Atichakho sa avuso samapatti yam samapattim samapanno na kinchi vedayati. He brings in feeling. Who brings in feeling? Samiddhi. What is the question on karma? What does he bring? Feeling. Because ultimately, karmically, you should feel something, right? Otherwise, where is the karma? See, ant killing, you killing the ant, you should feel something about that.
Okay, got it. So even if I am feeling pleasure, that feeling is precursor for karma. If I am not feeling at all, it's not karma.
Ha! So he is saying, who is Samiddhi saying, there is another one where, let us say, I am walking on the street, I am stamping around 50,000 ants. In a second, they're all dead. But I have no intention of killing. I have no intent. I don't even know ants exist down to kill them or not to kill them. So now who has killed it? Kaya. Correct. The force has come on the ant. But now you tell me, is it a Kayika karma or a Vachi karma or a Mano karma? All the three are not there. Why? Basic intention itself is not there. So how do you now say he did a karma?
Yeah, intention to kill is not there, right?
Intention
Otherwise,
to kill is not there.
intention to walk is, or some other intention is there.
All other intentions is there. But do you want to kill? No.
No.
So there is no karma.
So two conditions. First, I have to intend to kill, and then I should have feeling while killing.
Yes, you should feel happy. I'll give another example. Simple example.
And the result, logic of result is totally different.
It's different.
That's
It's
yeah, it's
different.
a different topic, and you need not to know it.
You don't have to know it. So he's saying, why do you explain him all of this? You stupid guy, from the beginning, he's talking about what? He's saying, I have heard like this, meaning he has misunderstood karma and feeling. So you only talk about feeling, don't talk about karma, because he can't understand. He's asking, what feeling will I get? Meaning, in his question, Kaika karma, Vachi karma, Mano karma, what exactly he is asking is karma and feeling related? So what Buddha is saying is, don't relate like that. You first tell him what is feelings. You intend something, that karma is there. Intention is part of karma. But if you intend, you get pleasure out of it. Let's say somebody is raping. That woman is in pain, but you are enjoying, or that person is enjoying. So he is encountering a physical enjoyment. See, why is he raping? He's raping because he wants to enjoy her. As per him, she looks good or whatever it is, and she is not interested in copulating. And then he says that if you don't agree, I will use force. He's forcing on her. Now, what is the intention? Intention is not to kill, but intention is to do sexual misconduct. That woman is not willing, and I want it. When I want it, is there a karmic? Yes, but should I know it? Need not be. You're getting pleasure out of it. Okay, enjoy. Now, what is the consequence of it? That is separate thing. So he says, even you could not understand, and Upali could not understand. Leave out those people who cannot understand anyway.
So that's a regular killer,
Yes, regular feeling.
serial killer, for example, or daily a guy, a butcher, for example, some butcher got enlightened, right? They are killing daily, or some are killing, knowingly killing, but it's part of their job. For example, farmer, or okay, leave it that regular killing. He don't get any feeling, right? Or does he? He
He
get.
will get feeling.
He will get feeling.
Why? I've seen it in front of my eyes. My parents' home, opposite to that, there was a chicken shop, chicken and mutton shop. Uh, So he used to bring a lot of chicken and a lot of goat. And while cutting them, he used to do like this. That is sufficient. There's a feeling. There's a hurt feeling. After the animal is dead, you are just scraping things and doing all that thing. But every time he was holding it, it's doing that. Then he, while he's putting it, he feels like this.
So the what type of feeling I have has any impact. For example, I may feel happy, I may feel unhappy while killing. Does that make any sense?
Yes, it makes sense in two ways. Number one sense at a very gross level is that you are enjoying. So that makes sense. Or you're suffering, whichever way it is.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That makes sense. Second, the whatever I am feeling as pleasurable, it need not be pleasurable. Okay. That is also experienced, but that is subtle. So what we experience as feeling is only gross feelings. In everything we do, we don't feel the subtle feeling. Okay. Now what happens when you start on Buddha Dhamma or Dhamma as such, when you are watching
Ah,
arising and passing away, then you see the subtle feeling, not the gross feeling.
exactly, exactly. This matches with my understanding of Hinduism also. I used to tell that the soul wants to experience the killing, even if you are killing. Now, while killing, he wants to experience to be killed.
Right. Right. So there,
So
yes,
at subtle level, I feel the same feeling as Ant is feeling.
exactly. Exactly. So you know it is wrong. You know. But for whatever force you are doing it, you are doing it. So every being knows what it is doing is wrong in these 10 immoral deeds. Yes, sir.
Even animals when they're killing, they would have felt the guilt.
Yes, they
That's
would. They would. They would. Even though they are completely deluded, still they would. Because it's the same consciousness. The consciousness knows that what it is doing is really not okay. Because when it is struggling, it knows that it also is undergoing the same struggle. Because it will also be eaten by something. It knows. The fear is there, embedded. So fear of wrongdoing, Hiri and Ottappa, is there. Only on top of that, we are putting another kind of feeling where I feel I'm very brave. I can do whatever I want. But every person knows what he is doing deep inside for himself or herself is wrong. It's a modification or a perversion of the mind. So what Buddha teaching is about
But it says Jivo Jivasya Bhojanam, right? So
Jivo
we all
Jivasya.
are killers. We are all killing for survival.
Jivo,
Even what we are eating, the plants, we are killing.
no, they don't
Right?
have mind. So now we have to understand correctly what are we trying to talk about. So now we have to understand it in this way. There are beings who don't have mind at all. They're only feelings.
Okay, new mind part. The one animal is killing another animal,
Yes.
but it is its survival.
No, wait.
Animal never overeat. You remember, only man
No, it's not
overeats.
question of overeating, undereating, or whatever. We are talking about whether it should kill or not kill. We are not looking at the quantity. Hold on.
If he doesn't kill, he is killing himself.
Wait for a second, Sachin. It's like this. We'll take an ant versus some other being, like spider. Okay. Now the spider has to eat ant in order to survive. Is it a right thing to do or a wrong thing to do? Is the question. In general, if we take the gross feeling, yeah, it is right. What else it should eat? It has to eat. It has to eat either grasshopper or an ant, or it has to eat, let's say, house fly or whatever it finds. It sits in that, what we can say. It has a web and it comes there. It gets stuck. So this ant will come and attack. But ant is eating sweet. So it is also stealing, right? Yes, it is. Indeed, it is stealing. Because why? It is taking something which it is not, it doesn't belong to it. It is stealing. But does it know the second feeling, actual feeling? No. It's deluded. So what it does, it goes by primary. How much it has hunger, that much it will eat. Correct. Because it cannot digest more than what it can eat. But humans can digest more than what they can eat, because there the greed is highest. The desire is more in humans. Desire is less in animals. So we can always say that their brain is a primitive brain. And hence they can only do this much. They can't think beyond that, because they don't have a frontal cortex or a cerebellum for them to really sit and think what they should be doing and what they should not be doing. Right? Now, there are one sense beings, there are two sense beings, there are three sense beings, there are four sense beings, there are five sense beings, there are six sense beings. That means all the faculty opened up is human. In others, one or the other faculty is at either not there or they are underdeveloped. Let's take snake. They can't see, they can hear. Let's take ant. It really cannot see what you're trying to see. It can only sense, but not see, even though it has eyes. It senses through its legs. That means touch is good, eye is not good. It has mind. It has its own mind. But that mind, what is processing that information, input, is totally different what a lion is able to do, or a tiger is able to do, or rather a human is able to do. They're not the same. Even though the five elements and the consciousness are the same, but the indriyas are different for it. Sorry, indriya is same, the ayatana is different for it.
Manovinyana will not be there at all.
Manovinyana is there. There is another vinyana which is associated with mano, which can do viveka, discrimination. What to do and what not to do is not there.
Panya.
Yeah, that panya part is missing, totally missing. Samadhi is there. 1 minute, Aryu. Sati is there. Samadhi is there. There is no panya. You will understand this. Every animal has sati. Otherwise, they cannot hunt. It has to wait. It also has patience. Khanti.
Panya Indriya we should say rather than Panya.
Panya Indriya is missing. Let's say. Now, Samadhi is there. Yes, it waits. It waits forever. If you look at a crab or a spider or whatever, they just sit like this without moving an inch.
If a human can do that, they'll be in first jhana.
Yes. So now you see this difference. Sati is there, mindful of that fly or that ant or some butterfly or whatever coming here, sitting, or a moth. It's going here, there. It is not going and doing something like that. It will make it fly away. What the spider will do is it only have the net and it will sit in the corner and waits and waits and waits and waits. Even when that being or that ant or whatever, that insect has caught in the web, it will not go. Once it is completely stuck, it will sting on its eye and blind it totally. So it can't see anywhere now. Now it doesn't know where it is. Then after some time it will do like this and poison will enter and will kill it and it will eat. That means sati is there, samadhi is there, no panya. All animals have no panya. So you can't make them enlightened on what it should be doing and what it should not be doing. So panya indriya is not there. Sati indriya is there. Saddha indriya is not there. Virya indriya is there. You see this fun. But is it as per Buddha's definition of this indriya? No. General 5 indriyas, this thing is there. Yes, Arif.
But some animal can get quite close to human in some
No, that is
ability. Like
separate. No, quite close and close are two different things. We can say, monkey, chimpanzee are closely related. They behave like, but they don't have panya.
Dolphin is higher than.
Now the viveka, vivicchehi kamehi, vivicchehi akusala dammehi, this is there from human onward. Okay, yes, sir, you wanted to say something.
Yeah, I had a question. So, is it true that because this, let's say, human are able to discern and has more developed mind, it means they're capable of higher evils because they can use that to
Exactly. That's what we are
create.
doing, right? We are creating bombs, we are doing destroying countries, destroying
Okay.
wildlife, destroying this, destroying that. It's one way. We can also create, we can also destroy. Now,
Similar,
yes,
I think you've also mentioned if someone have developed spiritual power, like without morality, they can create even worse karma. Then
yes,
they will immediately, curse someone and I'll do
yes.
that.
So
And
it can do
this karma.
because mind is developed. So if I take a plant life, including trees, the vijnana is there, consciousness is there, but the consciousness doesn't have a mind as a source. It has a feeling. It just feels. So if you go next to a plant, you can talk to it in whatever language. It will become very close to you. If you take care of it, you can see there is a bonding between you and that plant. Okay, that is there. Now, does that happen with animals? No. Or with birds, insect and all that? No. Meaning plant with these will not happen. But human can have a friendly relationship with everyone. Why? Because the mind of human is far more developed than the mind of plant and trees and shrubs and insects and all of that. Now, the discriminative power, what should be done? Kusala. What should not be done? Akusala. Starts from human till Brahma. So if they are on Kusala, they are on top. If they are on Akusala, they are on bottom. That's it. There are only two things now. Middle, front, back. Middle is human. Front is the Deva to Brahma. Back is whatever is back below the human realm. So human being is like a transit point or a junction or a station where one train goes up and another train goes down, depending upon what that person has thought about. Yes.
And once a person is clouded in their judgment and lose that viveka, they're basically become an animal and all
Exactly.
that.
So what
And
happens?
wherever.
Yes, what happens? Scientifically also, medically also, what they have proven that they're triune brain, tree brain. So they call it a reptilian brain, right? So if I mind is reptilian, doing like what animal will do, so what is going to happen? I'm building enough conditions to be reborn in the same place, correct? Agree with that point? So I'm killing ant or killing this or killing that and enjoying it. As a human, in the animal case, they're not enjoying. They are doing it for food. They don't have any other choice. But there is no panya to say that I will not kill. I will from today I will stop killing. No, they can't. Because that's the only source of their food. What else they can do? And they can't even understand. They only see this animal running. They think that is the animal is a food. So I will also run along with it. And I will catch. And I will eat.
But in that way, it's surprising that they would have this feeling of guilt.
Yes, but that discretion, that whether it is guilt based or not guilt based, is not there. Only some animals, due to some reason, will start showing up. There are certain cats and dogs who, even though they are stray, there's one dog which I've seen myself. When I go for a walk, it will not indulge with any dogs. It comes to the park. It will walk with one person he has become very friend of, okay? And it will not bark at any human being. It will enter inside the park as much as that person is walking. It will walk, and then it will go, and you see it will do like this and say like this to everyone. Every person going, it will do like this.
And that dog has developed the human Baba now.
Yes. So you can see other dogs are barking. It is
Yeah,
barking at
dog.
this.
All the animals who are living with the human, dog and cow mainly, and cat, have potentiality to become human.
Exactly. So now you see this fun. This dog doesn't bark at other dogs. It has understood it is of no use. And they do that. It will be looking like this. And after a while, it goes away. Those dogs. This guy will be walking in the park. We miss seeing all of this. See, nature, you should see what is happening. There are certain birds. There are certain crows near my home. They act like humans. In fact, there was one crow which built a nest. The parents, they tried their best to develop this child to fly. He could not fly. You know what it did? It went and settled down somewhere below a car. So the car guy had kept this car for a few days. He did not start his car, so it sat down there. So people looking at that poor creature started giving it food, started eating. And other crows used to stand around to make sure that these humans don't kill or do something about that. The whole, my neighborhood was only with the crows, around 50 to 100 crows used to.
He's Deva now, not even human.
So this guy, he opens his beak, it eats, very fun. And I and my wife, we used to sit and watch this whole commotion happening around with so many crows near my tree, the tree what you have seen next to my apartment. Lot of crows. So they used to feed. One fine day, their parents went away. That is, the crow's parent felt that this guy is no point. We tried our best to make him crow. He doesn't. But we can't waste our time in making him crow. Anyway, humans are making it like human. It is their problem. So the parent left that crow and went away. And when they went away, these crows which were making lot of noise also went away, leaving only that single crow, the child crow in that place, where it used to walk a little bit and again go back and sit below the car because very scared. One fine day, the car owner, not noticing there was a crow below, he crushed it, killing it in an instant. And that's the end of the crow. Now we were watching it. Every day we used to watch it. This fun happening. Parents trying to teach and this guy not able to learn. So his bhava for that time was of a crow. So it stayed as a crow, maybe a human in a crow body. It was not able to fly. It's so strange. Being born as a crow, egg of a crow, and hatched as a crow, and not able to do anything. Yes.
Yeah, that's kind of what I meant when I said earlier that some animal becomes so close to human that they would take care of human, they would even,
Yes.
and all that. So in that sense, they're
They are
almost
very
a human,
close.
right?
They are very close to coming back. They're very close to
Mhm.
coming back. So then what is required?
Aspiring. They are aspiring to be.
They're aspiring. So then what is that with humans? Discrimination. That's the only thing that changes the equation between humans and others. Discrimination of what to do and what not to do. So the 10 immoral deeds can be cut off by a human, not by any other. So it is very risky to lose to lose the life of a human without cutting the 10 immoral. Yes.
In that sense, I mean, they're animals. Let's say chimps or whatever. Their leader will be the more moral ones, right? They will, punish bad behavior and then try to share
But
and
it's
all that.
no, that's
Does that mean there's
no, there is no
yeah,
discrimination. So now you tell me, killing, will the chimpanzee will not kill?
yeah, no, not that. But he would at least try to reward good
No, no,
behaviors
that is
and punish.
fine. That is always there. Rewarding good
No.
behavior, the reward and punishment is there in every damn creature.
His management skill is developing.
See, lions. You see the lion and the cub.
Yeah.
They have. They have even better than humans. Okay, so the award is females. If you do something great, all the lioness will come. So this guy will become strong, right? And then he can pasture anywhere. And nobody can stop this guy. It's like a king having
Linus,
hundreds of wives.
Linus do hunting for him. No, he never hunts.
He never
Lion
hunts.
never.
Yes, he never hunts. And there are suicide of lion. You can search on YouTube. You'll have a tears in your eyes. When it becomes old, the lion, the lioness throws him out because he is no longer able to secure the place. So he becomes lonely. And you know what it does? Very strange guy. He starts digging his
So
grave.
that was the video I saw. That video I saw. He spent so much time digging, but I think it's trying to eat the boar that's or something that's in the hole. So there's one video that's almost like he's killing, but that one I don't think he was killing himself
No,
in
no,
that.
he was not killing. See, there are various ways of it kills itself. It will stop eating.
Yeah.
So there are lions which will stop eating and they will die. There are lions which will dig a ditch and it will die. There are lions which will jump into the crevasse and die. It depends on its mental state of insult.
Point is, he knows death. That is also important.
Yeah.
Animal don't know death.
All beings
They,
knows death.
yeah. Even the dogs, a lot of dogs, when they're very old, they start walking out of the house. They leave their owner, and then they want to die in the not in the home.
Yes, they do. So every being knows death. Every being knows what is suicide. Every being need not be humans only killing themselves. Every being knows. Every being has depression. Do you know that? Parrot, you can see it will get into depression. Pigeon, it will get into depression. Cat, it can go into depression. Dogs, they get into depression. Why? You
Those are
just
pretty high level beings already. But yeah, I've
yes,
seen those. Yeah, even a pigeon. Sorry, I saw like a penguin. He just does not want to go with the normal one. He start
yes.
walking to
It
a mountain.
it's it's
Yeah,
it's very strange. Yeah, pigeon. Sorry, penguin.
and
Penguins. There are a lot of penguins who get into depression. Seal, they get into depression. Whales, they get into depression. You know what will a whale do if it is in depression? It will it will not swim. It will not keep on that doing whatever it is doing. It just sails and it will not talk to anyone. and all the other friends will come and ask what happened, like we ask, and it cries. Have you seen a whale crying? And that too in a water. Whale cries. Okay, and whale's brain is almost as good as humans, actually, if you really see.
I always think whales are Brahma
Okay,
because scientists have said that when whale cries, the whole earth is flooded with the metta.
So, yeah, so I guess all these like punishment, rewarding, these type of discrimination is not the same type we're referring to as moral discrimination.
the
They're just kind of
discrimination, what it's like, we go into the office, we have punishment and rewards. You do a good project, you get a reward saying, or award saying that, Vilas, you're done extremely, we give you 5 star. Yeah, that is the same thing what a monkey and a chimpanzee, a spider, to anything you can take will have. Punishment is you are not given food. In our case, what? You will be never given an increment or put under PIP, performance improvement plan. Right? It's same thing, right? You are actually depriving that human being of what he's supposed to get. So you're giving him punishment. Or he steals, or he does this or does that. And even the same chimpanzee will do. If some other chimpanzee will try to steal, it will take its hand and hit his hand. Yes, sir.
I guess these kind of moral discrimination, like we develop, right? Ultimately, it's about knowing like the consequence of the action, right? But
Slowly, but not that much. So,
no,
see, we come back to this question. So now his mind, whose mind? Putta mind. Is it like a chimpanzee then? No, he's a human mind. But he doesn't know all the things that happens as karma. So what Buddha is talking to him is, to Samiddhi is, don't give so much. Because he's from a different belief system. They won't understand. What you should do
So,
is, yeah,
so animal get get into this karma logic results and all the cycle
yes, they
of
have.
their
All beings
yeah.
are, right, irrespective of where they belong to.
But they don't know the secondary feeling you say,
They
right?
don't. In fact, there is one sutta or many suttas. There is one particular sutta where there is one person believes that dog, staying like a dog, will give him liberation. And he comes to Buddha. He meets Buddha. And he's acting like Buddha. So another friend of his says that he's become like dog. He thinks that being a dog is good because they're very faithful. They're this, they're that, and all that he will put. And he says, Buddha says, you know, what have you done? From a human being, you have become a dog.
yeah, I think there's a friend who's like a cow, right? And
Yes,
then when they ask Buddha, Buddha does not want to answer. He said, "Don't
yes.
ask me," and said, "Don't ask me,
Three
don't
times
ask
he
me."
asks and 3 times he doesn't answer. And then he says, if I answer, you are going to be not be happy. You'll be upset. And he says that I don't care. You tell me. And then he explains. And since Buddha only speaks truth and nothing else, that guy starts crying. He says that, and who will save me? He says, nobody can save you because you already made enough karma to be reborn in that existence.
Not even after that point, he remorse and then changes
Remorse is not
Sankappa.
going to help you, right?
It's Sankappa. He make a determination to change his way and
Moggallana.
become.
Take example of Moggallana. That video what you have sent, my dear friend, that
Yeah,
answers to your question.
that's what like last moment view. If it is changed, you can change the bhava. It's
Yeah,
not
exactly.
possible. It's not possible.
In the case of Moggallana, the video what you sent, when he kills his parent, he feels remorse about it. He knows what he did is wrong. In fact, he'll try to recoup them back. He will try to Tell that you will not die, etc., etc., but they die.
But that's like anantarik, yeah, karma or something, right? Those are.
See, leave the concept aside, my dear friend. Anantarya Papa Karma is correct. So let's forget all about Buddha Dhamma. Let's talk about this situation. He's felt remorse. So he should have been able to be reborn at least as some animal. Why go to the Niraya? Why? Because he already created enough conditions for that. So what Buddha explains here of these three things, your intention to do a certain deed can get you pleasure. In the case of Moggallana, he got him pleasure that he can be with his wife, and these two people are actually, they are causing more discomfort by being alive rather than being dead. Yes.
Yeah, I think in the video he uses like interesting term. He said the impression or something that's burned into his mind's eye like made him directly there because the act of that burns like an impression almost. Is that how it works?
So before Moggallana decides that he will not use his supernormal powers, sees that how he killed his brutally, he killed his parents. So what was the motive? Motive was to be happy with his wife.
Can we say how mindfully you kill matters? Because if you are mindful, it will imprint.
Yes. So what he does in that video or in real also, what Moggallana does, or that being who became Moggallana, what he does, this wife will keep on doing something or the other and saying that your parents have done this, your parents have done this, your parents, and every day she will keep on nagging. In the end, he feels that anyway, from the beginning of my life, they have only given me pain. I have only taken care of them, and they are old. Even now, with my wife, I can't enjoy because they are keeping on doing something or the other, and my wife has to clean up all the time. Did I marry her just to make her be like a servant? And when will she have her life then? So he discerns like this. This way of discrimination is only there with humans. And hence he makes his mind very strong to kill. Okay. He thinks that anyway they are old and anyway they are blind. So I have to look at my life now. If my wife goes away, then what will I do?
Oh, so human needs logic to make decisions. And
Exactly.
then they do karma.
Yes. So when we say intention, sanchetana, it is not just an intention. You logically think. So you have a vachi sankhara in the beginning before you do a kaya sankhara. So in the Chula Vedala Sutta, it's very clear. She says, first vachi sankhara, then kaya sankhara, then mano sankhara. Vitakka vichara vachi sankhara, assa phassa kaya sankhara, feeling, that is Vedana Sanya, Mano Sankhara. We just read it and leave it. Yes, go ahead.
But it doesn't mean that the same does not happen for animal at all, right? I mean, sorry, even animal may not have vitakka vichara. It doesn't mean they're not doing sanchetana, right, and all that.
They
So
are
they're
doing
also.
Sanchetana. See, their Sanchetana is different than your Sanchetana. You can discern what you want and what you don't want. You can discern. That logic is at all not there. See, just think it this way. Can human build the way they want to build, or they are building the same thing again and again? Just look at that. Have you seen any animal, any bird, any creature which will build something differently now?
In fact, in Hinduism, Vijnana word is not there. We use word Chetana.
Chetana, yes. Correct. So now, if you see spider will only create cobweb, whether it is in US, whether it is in Australia, whether it is in London, whether it is in India, Sri Lanka, or wherever it is. They will only do cobweb. They don't do anything else. but they'll do it very intelligent way. But human can build whatever they want. It's not about building home. They will build comforts. Now, who is better? That cobweb fellow is better, or we are better? And also, do these spider have a departmental store to go and buy food? No, they have to catch their prey in the same way, traditional way. Wait, humans earlier also used to sit and wait, but now they don't. They have found commerce, they have trading, they have everything. So they are ensuring that every material goes everywhere. Yes.
Since Sachin is not here, I may ask a slightly distracting question, maybe. So what doesn't necessarily make sense in the Mokalana video is that I feel as like in Sariputta's case, right? He would clean so well just so that others don't blame him and accrue bad karma unnecessarily. But in, let's say, someone like Mokalana, someone beating him, it's such terrible karma, right? So I mean, it's part of him doesn't want to escape, keep on running, but maybe he should do his best to avoid others building these karma, right, with him. With choices, I would see the benefit of just keep avoiding so that other people don't have this opportunity to commit this bad karma. I'm wondering, like,
No, what is your question? Both are doing
my
the same.
question. Yeah, why? I'm saying, why would he ever let the people beat him and create these bad karma? Because
No, no, he says that, right? No matter how much I escape, even if I do this psychic power for n number of years, they are going to be behind me.
but he will be old and dead and all.
It's not a question of old or young or whatever. If a person is arhat, he doesn't care about his life because there's nothing to be cared about. If you are wanting to die after 50 years, or if you're dying in 50 minutes or in 5 minutes or 5 seconds, it would be the same.
Yes, and then the difference would be whether those person
No,
have done the.
now the thing is, what, see, it is his way of seeing, Ariu. Now either you have to be Moggallana to go and ask, I mean, so to
Okay.
say that why did he do that way, or you should require a Buddha and you ask him, hey, you are stupid disciple, why did he do like this? Then Buddha would say, see, we should not go beyond something what is presented there because it is his life. Like Sariputta, what was his need to go and explain to his mother? There was no need. Anyway, she was not believing anything. And he had tried it many number of times to tell his mother that try this, it works. And in fact, most of her sons are all Buddha's followers.
Yeah, it worked, right? It worked with the Sariputta's mom. Yeah.
It worked in the end. It did. If it didn't work, what he would have done? Nothing he could do. So then the question comes, and why did he ever try? See, Aryu, it's like this. You might have one way of seeing things, and you might do one way. Sachin has his way of doing. Anusha has her way of doing. I have my way of doing, because we look our life in our own logical way. So for that, we can't question what's the logic there. But one thing we need to hold on before you ask the next question or comment. One thing we need to understand for ourselves is as if you see a human, he's logical. Whether I agree with his argument or I'm not agreeing with his argument is secondary issue. But he has a logical reasoning. Why is he doing it? Why? Because he has a discriminative faculty. So Moggallana decided on his discriminative faculty. Sariputta decided on his faculty. You are deciding on your faculty. If I were to snub you, you will not be happy because you are looking from your way of seeing things, which is valid. It's good. Yes, go ahead.
But I guess just Mokalana aside, because the story can be distorted and all that. That aside, and we don't know the context. But overall, we should, if within the choice, we should not give people opportunity to, abuse us, so it creates bad karma for them, right? If
No,
possible,
that's
we.
what even Buddha did not stop Devadatta from doing a lot of things. Even he did not stop the Chincha. She tried her
Mm,
best to show that Buddha has indeed transgressed into her and she is carrying his child. And Buddha did not even speak a single word of saying no.
I've seen that story, yes.
And that is a fact also. The story is one thing, but it's also there. It's there. So now we might call Buddha as a fool. If I were Buddha, I wouldn't have done this. I would have said, this, you look at Buddha, he wouldn't, even if he was imprisoned, let's say, for this deed, he wouldn't care a damn about it. Why? He is moved to the other shore. There's nothing more to do there. If, see, he did not even object once to Devadatta. Even when he put a stone on his, and it hit his toe, and he was bleeding profusely, he did not tell that go to hell. He only saw that he's going to hell. There's a huge difference between cursing him and saying where is he going. In fact, that came as a court case in during, I think, Pasindi time or Ajatashatru, whatever, whichever was that. Ajatashatru, because Devadatta was very close to Ajatashatru. So he asks Buddha, why did you predict Devadatta is going to go to hell? Whereas many other people do the same thing and you don't say that. And Buddha gives a nice answer to him. How much Ajatashatru is convinced, Buddha is not bothered. He said what he is supposed to say. Yes.
Yeah, I can definitely see that, and think in general we shouldn't mess up with people's karma and all that, and try to, save others. Even Buddha cannot do that. So a lot of the case, especially with people that's not his follower, he would not mess with their decision and all that, right? But within the sangha, he would try to influence in the positive way, right? So people
No,
can
no, no,
see.
no, no, no. He only says what needs to be done. He doesn't even care if the Sangha were to not be there. In fact, there is one sutta where he
Dismiss.
abandons the entire Sangha, including Sariputta and Moggallana.
He will answer if it is asked. He will not go and tell.
See, thing
But
is,
he does, right? He in a
Yeah,
lot of sutta, he flies, show up there and tell something, right? He
yeah.
care about these
no,
people's
I will tell
image.
you.
Few
No, I will tell
only,
you
not
when he
everybody.
does, and when he doesn't do. He does when he sees that a person is stuck. Like in the case of Moggallana, like in case of Nanda, like in case of Samiddhi, like in those cases, Ananda, or in the case of Sariputta, like that, a lot of Upali, like that, you can keep on looking at many of these people, including Angulimala. He will do that because he has seen what is his promise to the Brahma, that if somebody has a stain in their eyes are open, but little bit of stain, so he will do something to remove that. And for others who are blind, he will at least tell what to do in their next life, how to open up their eyes. So he will give Dhamma to everyone, irrespective of whether he is capable or incapable. But he will do personal things. Personally, he will appear there or talk something only when they are stuck. Why that? There is one person, when Mahakassapa comes to power, this person, Bodhi, somebody, I don't remember his name, he says, glad that this old man died. He was causing so much of problem to us. You do this, he says that. You don't do that, he says why you didn't do it. And I've never seen a teacher more harmful than him.
Meaning Mahakasapa or who?
No. When Kassapa.
He's referring to Buddha.
Yeah, he was
Oh,
referring
he's
to Gautama Buddha.
On the Mahaparini one.
yeah, right.
After Nibbana, before the first council.
Yeah. But in that sense, he's really set up the Patimokkha and all that. So I mean, in a way, he set up the foundation for the Sangha in that pairing way.
After the Sangha has been formed long time ago, there is one person who is following all the 227 rules of the Buddha, and he says glad that he died. So even in the Buddha Sasana, there used to be people who did not like Buddha, following the same thing. So why am I telling you this? Is every person, every human will have their own viewpoint. Why? Because as a human mind, you have discrimination power. You can discriminate in a right way, yoniso, or discriminate in a wrong way, ayoniso. In the case
He
of
was that guy also became arhat, because of him the Tripitaka was made,
exactly,
and he was crying, and for while crying he became arhat.
yes. You see this fun. When the mind lets go of its defilement, it immediately becomes an arhat. Does not matter what it had said, what it was done, what this is happening, and all that. So, what again coming back to this sutta about Samiddhi, Buddha says you don't have to explain all of that. Like what he asked this question, I killed an ant, pleasure. If that is that person, Potaliputta, instead of Sachin, it is Potaliputta. He comes and asks, what do you think? I killed an ant and I'm feeling very happy. So, what I should say? With an intention, you do, you get pleasure. Now, it is a karmic thing. Killing is good or bad? I would have asked that way. That is what he's saying. First, to explain him this, then you should ask him, is killing good or bad? And nobody can say killing is good. Stealing is good or bad? Then the person will say, no, stealing is not good. You got pleasure, but what did you do now? You collected bad karma. And that time that person will reflect, yes. Why? Killing gives rise to more killing. That means you have to pay for your deed. If I don't believe in deeds, like in the case of Ajivikas or Charvaka, that's a separate issue altogether. All those people who came to meet Buddha, apart from the Charvaka people, were the people who had a different view of karma. So they didn't know what is karma and what is not karma. Akarma, karma, karma, akarma. There are two things which are really intertwined, even in Buddha teaching and also in the Hindu Upanishad and in Bhagavad Gita as well. Buddha talks about akarma in karma. Always his words are akarma in karma. That means don't do karma in karma. Meaning don't have an intention. Don't set an intention. Just do. What is good, you do. That's it. Whatever is good, good for you and good for others, you do it. That is akarma. Karma akarmani no chet is the full definition of that. Karma, deed, akarmani, not doing. No chet. It means when you do without a karma, not akarma, a karma, then it becomes karya. In Pali, kirya. It's not that you have to kill ant. It's not that you should not kill an ant. It is neither an absolute sense of non-killing. It's not an absolute sense of killing. It's in the sense of intention of doing. If you think doing something like killing is going to bring you pleasure, then it shows it as pleasure, but actually it is pain.
So that's not Buddha in another sutta said the intention aham badami kammam.
Yeah,
Intention is kammam.
Chetana aham bhikkave kammam vadami. Yes, Anusha, what if someone kills for self-protection with no intention of pleasure of killing but to protect one's own life? How is karma is then created? Still goes to Niraya. Now, what is self-protection? If you have self, sakkaya ditti, then there is protection. If you don't have sakkaya ditti, then there is no protection. So, you would, number one, will not kill if your sakkaya ditti is not there. Because there should be something to kill. Now, when I say I'm doing for self-protection, it means that I still have sakkaya ditti. Now, I want to protect. I don't want to kill. I have no intention of killing that person. But he trying to hit me in that fear, I hit him. And I hit him and he dies. Now, what are the consequences of this? First and foremost, there is no intention. So, I will not go to hell. That's for sure. Because I never had an intention to kill him. In fact, he had an intention to kill me. So, because he had made an intent, I did not make an intent. He made an intent. So, the consequence is on him. Now, for killing, whatever that state or country or province or whatever gives me a punishment, that I need to take. Now, let's say it was proven that I am scotch free to go. Would it still involve killing? Yes. As a karma, to become a human being is the highest. So, what is going to happen is, if I have killed someone, my lifespan will be less. Where it is written? It is in Duccharita Vipaka Sutta. If you read it, if you open that sutta, the first line it says, generally animal and hell, generally. But if born as a human, how is he born as a human? He had no intention to kill. But then he will have a short life. He will be good, no problem. He can survive for 15 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, whatever that years. But that's it. He will enter, get some disease and he will die. That is giving back to whatever killing was done. So then the question comes, in that case, that guy wants to kill me and let him kill me. Absolutely, there is no 5 aggregates, right? If you follow Buddha Dhamma, everything is 5 aggregates. Rupa, Vedana, Sanya, Sankhara, Vijnana. Now, who is you? 5 aggregates. So why are you grasping it? No, I'm not grasping it. So then why are you worried? Because even if you're dead, somebody kills you, you will be again reborn as human if you're a Sotapanna. Yes.
But in there is sometimes you would be very fearful of the pain that you're taking, right? So you would want to do something to avoid taking the pain.
That's
even
fair. See,
yeah.
like I'm having a disease. Right now, you know I'm having a particular kind of disease, and even Sachin knows it. Shouldn't I then take care? I should, right? That is okay. Then
Yeah, I'm saying in the extreme situation when people are inflicting pain.
no, it's all the same. It's the extricating pain is extricating pain, whether it is come as a death blow or it's coming as a disease or discomfort or whatever. In fact, you both know what I'm facing much more than what Anusha knows.
I think even Anush knows a little bit. You remember the other day where we three were meeting and you were sharing something.
Yeah. But
yeah, anyway, I mean, it doesn't mean that right now if something comes and try to kill me, I don't protect. I know that I have Sakai Ditti. You also have to accept that to the
Yes,
extent, right? It's not that, oh, Sachin, you have Sakai Ditti, then I should, oh, sorry, I have Sakai Ditti. No, no, I have Sakai Ditti. There is
no,
nothing. I accept that someone try to kill me, I will protect myself.
exactly.
Why should I create a duality in
No,
myself?
you
When
shouldn't.
I have Sakai Ditti and I pretend to be no Sakai Ditti, it is
No,
totally wrong view,
it doesn't work.
right?
So,
So like in society, we don't need clothes, still we wear clothes, right? So to that extent, we don't have to behave like a weird guy.
no, we don't have to. So, whatever
Yeah,
good thing, like in the case of Mogallana, he used his psychic power to escape. All the time they wanted to kill him. They used to see him in the room, but when they open the room, he's not there. Again, they go out. Again, he's back in the room. Again, they come back to kill him. Again, he's not there. Now, why he should do it? Now, what's the difference between Vilas and Mogallana? Vilas doesn't know how many lives he has led and what all he has done. In the case of Mogallana, he could go through all his lives to see why are they behind me to kill? Ah, I have killed my parents in this way. Oh, oh. No matter how much I do, it's not going to work out. Yes. So let me be available for them. Till then, what I should do? Any being, if you try to catch it or kill it, it'll run away. It'll try to run away, and then you hit it. You have to use force. Same thing with us. So, if you escape, it's fair. And in this escaping, you kill him is also fair. But what would happen as a consequence? Eventually, you will get killed in the same way. Eventually, either through disease or through something. Let's say I'm going on the road, met with an accident. I'm calling it as an accident. But is it really an accident? Just think. It all comes together. Only that person will die. Nobody else. Like I'll give a live example. I have my Ladakh friend and partner. In the history of India, that region, on the way from Kashmir to Ladakh, from 1948 till 2018, none of the boulders have fallen on the road in the pass called as Zojila Pass, where now they are building a tunnel. Never it has happened. In April of 2000, no, not April, May of 2018, my partner's son, age 22, he was bringing certain tourists from Srinagar to Zojila and to Ladakh. And there was a traffic jam. So, what he did, he was in a tempo traveler or a traveler, that is a carriage capable of having around 14 people sitting, like a bus, mini bus. And from there, another partner of ours told him, "Why are you sitting there? There is a car behind, it's empty. Why don't you sit there?" And he thought, yeah, anyway, traffic is jam. So let me go back and sit. So he sat. And what he had done is, in the last seat, he has expanded it and he has put headphones and is just enjoying the music. 5 minutes afterwards, a boulder comes and exactly falls on where he's sitting. None of the cars are damaged. Only this car is damaged. None of the occupants in that car have even a scratch. Only this guy's spinal column is cut. Now, what do you have to say to this? At the age of 22, he dies. Right? Now you see, if you really reflect, like his parents were asking me, my friend and his wife. So I had gone there to teach them meditation to come out of this depression. So they used to ask me every day, Vilas, you are teaching Buddha's teaching. Now we are also Buddhist. What wrong did we do to lose him? I can't say you didn't do any problem, but he did a problem. Then they would ask, what problem did he do? So it will go in circles. So why did he die? He would have done something to cut a life of someone, to safeguard himself, let's say. And hence he was reborn as a human. And he has done good deeds. So he was living in a very royal condition. He never suffered in his entire life. Till 22 years, he never suffered. What do you have to say for that? It happens that way. Yes.
And even in the case of plane crash, you know, there's there's some people will be escaping and all
Yes,
that,
some
but
people will be escaping, some people will be drowned, some people will walk alive without any problem as though nothing has happened to them. Some people will be found, some people will not be found. It all depends on their level of karma and level of what they should get. So, to answer to this question, shouldn't I do a self protection? Yes, you can. But try not to kill. But if there is inevitable and it just happens accidentally, I've taken a gun and I want to shoot at that person. He's actually threatening me. So, in that fear, I shoot and he dies. Now, what happens? My life will be short lived. That much I know. Short lived, how much? I don't know. Maybe 70, 80, 50, 40, whatever. As a human. And that's it. There ends the matter.
Even Krishna in Gita is same thing, right? People are saying that Krishna is teaching to go to war, but actually war is chosen by Arjuna. And Krishna's point is, in the middle of war, you don't leave it. You have to do the karma. And at the end also, he says that because you kill people, you will get karma result.
Correct.
Don't tell me because I told you to kill. Don't tell me I didn't tell you to kill. Even Arjuna asked, no,
Correct.
Karisye vachanam tav. Then Krishna says, no, no, no. I have not told you to kill. It is your decision.
Yes, to kill or not to kill is your decision. To hit or not to hit is your decision. I am just a charioteer. I will bring you into the middle and tell you what to do.
Yeah.
So it is like the purest mind which has discriminatory power. It will say that don't do this. It has a
And
consequence.
in Jainism also there is a Mahabharata.
Yes,
And in that Mahabharata, they have written that Krishna is going to the last Nark because he has killed so many people. He created this Mahabharata situation.
right.
That's why.
Okay, it's already 9:48. Good discussion. So where did we conclude on 136? Is that if you read the entire sutta, you should go deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. You will get to see everything. You will not miss.
Yeah, that point is there. Like if we were talking and that dog, right? The guy was acting like dog, and Buddha says that no point of return for him. And the point at which the guy dies with the right epithet, things changes. What is this link between these two contradictions?
Oh, superb question. Now, what happens here is that even when Buddha told him that you are become dog, it means it's too late. It's like cancer which has taken over everything. Right now, you try changing anything, that person cannot survive.
Too late to change his view at the
View.
subconscious level, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
At
So
even
view
unconscious
changing.
level. Forget subconscious.
Yeah.
Unconsciously, he has created bhava of a dog.
Yeah. So view or deity is not it's not an intellectual view,
No,
right?
no, 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 no.
We should
No.
never underestimate view.
Yes, yes. Whereas when he says here that a good deed, good result, bad deed, bad result, good deed, bad result, bad deed, good result, is like something from an unconscious comes over to the conscious and changes the whole equation.
So even to change the view, you need almost a life, or
Yes.
you might have put a life, and next life it might happen instantly.
Yes.
And that's why we have an example in Sutta that some guy become instantly other. But it's
Exactly.
not that instant. He might have put lot of effort earlier.
Yes. Exactly. Okay. All right then. Let's end for today.
Great, great, great. Turning the last answer, Sachin.